my head goes into if it's something fast, then it's not good.
So something quick doesn't mean that it's not okay for you to have it.
True, because it's not really when you want to listen to your body. It's you have to push your body through whatever schedule we have.
Your kids, your family, so you're putting a lot of things first.
I'm just craving to be able to have like a normal day where I know everything is being fulfilled and everything is being done.
You seem ambitious. If you feel like you can do the whole week, that's great. But you can also just do one or two and see how that goes.
I'll give it a shot.
Welcome to the Dietitian's Table, the show where we dive into real nutrition struggles and practical ways to build healthier habits. I'm your host, Joy. And today I'm joined by Sam, who has a unique nutrition journey to share. Sam, thank you for being here and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So Sam, tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Sam. I live in San Diego and I work as an event planner.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
It is.
What types of events do you do?
I was fortunate enough to do corporate events, social events, festivals and galas. I was lucky enough to travel the world with it. I had the chance to work in the Middle East, specifically Dubai, Lebanon, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, and then moved back here to San Diego, and I went back into the corporate world, and I'm now working here.
That's exciting. So you're like a globetrotter and you...
Oh, I hope. Oh, that is a very fancy way of putting it, but yes. That is a very fancy way of putting it, yes.
Well, kind of. You did different types of events. You went to different parts of the world, different cultures. So I feel like you have a lot... it adds to your creativity.
It does. Every country is different. Every event is very similar to the other, but the way we do it with different cultures, they perceive it in a different way. So it's kind of a fun way to see how people react to certain things that we do.
Yeah, for sure. And what got you back to San Diego?
So my wife and I, we moved back after the unfortunate explosion that happened in Lebanon on August 4th, the year 2000. 2000. Oh my God. 2020. So after that, we were fortunate enough to have the chance to travel back. And my wife moved with me a couple of months later. So we've been here ever since.
Well, I'm sorry you went through that. I saw it on the news and it was horrible.
It was. But thankfully, my family, my wife, everyone was safe. And
good.
We finally made the executive family decision to move all of us together.
Yeah, that's good. And so now you do mostly events in San Diego, or do you also travel?
No, I also travel. I travel nationally. I don't travel internationally as much as I would like to. But when it comes to traveling, I still travel per year, mostly inside the U.S.
Okay. And do you feel like that's been hard for you, traveling and finding that balance between your work and your family and the travels?
The balance has not been the easiest. However, I still love what I do, but it does take a toll on you, be it emotional, be it physical, be it's kind of weird. It's a beautiful thing to get into. There's a dark side to it, which is the unpredictability of it makes it fun, but it also makes it very different every single time you dive into it. So you don't have a certain routine, or your routine gets severely disrupted very quickly.
Okay. And do you feel like that's something because I feel like some people thrive with unpredictability and, things getting changed last minute. And some people feel like that's stressful. So I feel like you're in the middle between
the stress. Well, the sentence is the stress is real. So there's no denying about it. However, I do strive under stress and I do like it. However, as much as your brain wants to comprehend it and understand it and manage it and kind of try to relate to it as much as you can, your body will sometimes deal with it differently.
Oh yeah. So, you need to find a way to balance everything out to be able to take a break too.
Yeah, unfortunately, the break system doesn't really work when you work into events, because it's not really when you want to listen to your body. It's you have to push your body through whatever schedule we have.
Are you talking when you're on site and you're in event planning, setting up mode?
Yes.
Or, okay. So not your day-to-day, but when you're on site.
Day-to-day is a bit different. Day-to-day is kind of office work. It's more emails. It's more sitting down. It's more, but the emotional stress is still there.
Okay.
Because you're dealing with emotions and you're dealing with egos and you're dealing with people and clients and everything that comes with it.
Well, for sure. I mean, I feel like if I wanted to plan an event and I come to you, so I'm like, I would like you to make my dream come true. So I feel like that's a lot of pressure for an event planner.
That is one way of putting it, that, yeah, you are here and you are paid to make my dream come true and all the pressure is on you. So yes, it does take a toll on you. Yes.
Yeah.
But this being said, it's the emotional toll when you're not on site is less stressful than when you are actually in it. Because once you're on site, you kind of hope to the event gods that everything that you have planned work.
Yeah, it's everything that you worked for coming to life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you see the fruits of your 6 months plus work. But it being on site is a bit different when it comes to managing your own body. You don't have the same time to eat the way you would like to eat. You don't have the same schedule where you wake up at a certain time. You have the time to go to the gym. You have the time to have your snack. It is literally behind the curtain eating an apple to whenever you have 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm sure that's very stressful because you don't have don't you have like a fixed schedule regarding?
Not in the event world, no. Okay. Unfortunately, it's whatever the event dictates, and it dictates very long hours, It's a combination of a lot of things that happen in the same time. Be it focus your mind, your body, your stress, your client, your own emotions as well. Everything comes into play at the same time. So eating and dealing with your own body would be the last thing you would need to worry about at this point, because it's not about you anymore. It's about someone else's dream, as what you said.
Well, tell me more about that. So how do you manage you did mention eating and yourself. How do you do that in those times?
In the times of production?
Yes.
In the times of production, it's very difficult. Again, schedule does not help you.
So let's say it's very, very much so based on your schedule and the event and long hours. So how do you manage that for you to make sure that you are physically energized and physically able to, be up for long hours and fuel yourself?
There are proper ways of doing it. Unfortunately, I'm not the best at it, because again, it's a matter that you kind of tend to forget yourself, because again, you're in the process of making sure everything is running the way it should run. So you have the tendency to forget yourself. Okay.
So my question was, then how do you manage? Because you did mention that you tend to forget yourself. So are you saying that you go all the whole day without eating?
No, I wouldn't survive. But the thing is, I would just try to get snacks, not the healthiest snacks, I would say, because it's the only. I have an allergy to cow's milk, so I cannot have anything that is with dairy. So that limits even more my snack options at this point. But what I usually do is I tend to have a big breakfast if I'm able to, and a cup of coffee to go. And then whenever we're able to, if I have a snack in my bag, like a Fitbit, not Fitbit, I forgot the name of it.
The Cliff Bar?
Thank you. A Cliff Bar or something that just gives me, all I think of is whatever I can eat to give me energy and to go throughout the day.
Okay.
The company that I work for, thankfully, is really good when it comes to lunch breaks and everything else. But again, it runs really quick.
Mm. And you did mention a cow's milk allergy. What happens when you eat a milk or a cow's milk product?
Well, as my best friend says, I turn into a pimple. So I get weird hives, allergic reaction, and my throat kind of becomes very itchy and it kind of clogs up. So it bothers me a lot.
So no dairy for you, unfortunately.
I can eat the cow. I cannot eat what's inside the cow, unfortunately.
Okay, well that's fine. And you've been able to manage with your allergies fine. You're able to find some things that you can eat.
I've managed this since I was 18.
Okay.
I still wish I can eat a few things, but it does limit the possibility of me having proper foods.
Okay. So what do you do then? What do you do because you're limited with with snacks and food?
I just go to whatever marketplace I can find and find whatever doesn't have dairy and eat it.
Okay, that's good. So you do try to find a way around it within the schedule and
Yeah, whenever the schedule permits it, yes.
yeah. Okay, that's good.
But it could be definitely better. That is more on me than anyone else. But the limited options does not help.
For sure. So how do you feel like it can be better?
I don't know. I think what now I usually do is I try to bring more snacks with me, snacks that I can eat, and I just throw them in my bag and I just keep them with me. So whenever I get hungry, I can just eat one. And whenever we have an event, the best way we usually do about it is we ask the client that one of the meals is lactose free or dairy free, so that at least I can have like a decent meal.
Oh,
So,
that's very nice. Yeah, that's very nice of your company to do that,
yeah,
to accommodate.
we try to. And
Yeah.
we try to accommodate everyone because also there's a lot of legalities. God forbid something does happen if we don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
So that's mostly something that I try to do. Again, I could be definitely better at it, but it's not the.
Well, I think the fact that you're thinking about it and that you sometimes pack some snacks that you can have on hand while you're on site, that's a great initiative. Because, like from what you're saying, it may be hard for you to leave the premises, go eat something, come back. So having those snacks available for you, and you know that they don't contain milk, so you won't have an allergic reaction on site, God forbid. So that's good. What types of snacks do you get usually? What do you like?
I usually am a big Costco fan. Cliff Bars is something that I really, really like. There's another one, RX Bar, if I'm not mistaken. Those are good.
Yeah.
I try to be as healthy as I can, but the thing is, I feel we live in a world right now where everything that became healthy is now unhealthy. Everything that is portrayed as healthy is not healthy anymore. So anything like an RX bar, it says like it's like the natural ingredient, and then suddenly you see like it has a lot of sugar in it, or nothing is as healthy as it's marketed.
Well,
and which makes it harder.
Yeah, for sure. And there's nothing, and healthy is a very big word, you know? It's really hard to define what healthy is. And it also depends on your culture and where you come from. So I feel like everyone is using the word healthy, but
yes, and
it's a very broad term.
It is.
You know? So I don't really like to use healthy and unhealthy just because food is food. And depending on what you need at that time, it could work for you, and it doesn't have to be the healthiest thing, quote unquote.
But I do try to have that conscious decision on site or off site as well, to just be like, hey, if I am to eat something, let this be the quote unquote the healthiest option I can find at this point, because there's a lot of things that I can eat that is vegan or dairy free or something that I can approach and eat. Unfortunately, everything is not like the perfect snack. So I try to, out of all the decisions that I have or all the options that I have, is to kind of make the best, healthiest decision. So that's where the best option.
Okay. So you're trying to really take care of your body, making sure that you're nourishing it. So that's good. And sometimes, you know, the best option is not maybe something that could satisfy you in that moment. So
True.
you also need to, I know where you're coming from, and also you need to think, what do I feel like? Something that, because food is pleasure as well. Food is something that is meant to be enjoyable. So you also want to find that good balance where you're nourishing yourself and eating something that is nourishing for your body and giving you energy, and something that is palatable and tasty.
That's the other issue that I face, and that's a problem that I have, which is the mere fact that anything that I eat that I shouldn't be eating definitely makes me tired. So the sugar, for example, for me is something that really hits my body like a truck. I can eat something that has sugar and it gives me like a 5-10 minutes high and I'm full of energy. After that, I am completely out.
Okay.
I become very, very, very tired. My body has very severe aches, and then I have two problems with it. One is a physical one, which tires my body very much, and my body aches. And second of all, I have the guilt of I should not have eaten this, and why am I eating this? And then so there's those two conflicting problems in my head that always revolve around when I don't eat something that is quote unquote healthy, or to not use the word healthy for me.
Okay, so you did mention sugar. When you say sugar, because sugar comes from carbohydrates. So sugar is found in breads and pasta and rice and lentils and beans. And also there's the concentrated sugar in candies and sweets and snack and like sugary snacks.
Yes.
So when you say sugar, do you mean...
Not hardcore sugar, no. But anything... My body is very weird when it comes to sugar. It gets hit very quickly. So if something has more sugar than, let's say, a piece of candy...
So you are talking about concentrated sweets,
yes.
like candy, pastries, and stuff like that.
Yes. So if I eat something like a peanut butter and jelly, the jelly will hurt me. Even if it's half sugar, it will still...
Okay.
I'll still feel it. So it's not something that I should be eating, but sometimes it's like the guilty pleasure of having it and just having that little dopamine effect for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And be like, this is good. And then I just get irritated that I did eat it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the thing you need to focus on is really finding something that you enjoy eating and making sure that you're eating enough, because when you're removing the dairy products from your meal, you just need to make sure that your plate is full with fruit, with vegetables and proteins and carbohydrates, and having a full meal will help you reduce that sugary craving, maybe. And when you try to really look at the best option and not something that you enjoy, then you may end up craving or wanting to eat those concentrated sugars that cause that crash afterwards and that tiredness.
I think one of the issues that I have also with this is that because I live such an unpredictable lifestyle, especially even when I'm off-site, my days usually very full very quickly. Mm-hmm. And I also don't have the time to prepare like I want and just have everything, in terms of food. And we live in such a fast-paced world where we don't have the luxury to pause and stop and prepare for everything and have everything pre-planned. Everything has to be really, really quick and on go. Mm-hmm. So I think that one also causes me to have that sugar craving, because I sometimes might skip lunch or just not have time for lunch, or it then... The fact that I don't have that lunch will accentuate the fact that I would need to have a very big dinner, or when I get home, I start eating a lot or start having little snacks here and there up until to crave to satisfy that little craving up until I get to that part.
So it seems like you're not really structuring your days, even if it's a regular on site, you're not able to structure your day in a sense.
On site and off site, that's the same.
Okay. So what do you think if you start trying to prep one meal per week, let's say, and just trying to have that ready before you do your grocery shopping of the week? Just think of something that you like to cook or you enjoy eating, and then we can maybe start there.
I think that would not be a bad idea. I think the issue with this is that I'm looking for something that is fast, but also my head goes into, if it's something fast, then it's not good. So it's not a proper meal. Like if it's something fast, it could be a sandwich, but I know a sandwich is not the healthiest thing. And I mean, it is, but it's not the most consistent thing in the world. I can easily do 2 toasts and a turkey and just go with it and have it and call it a lunch. However, I can call it a lunch. My stomach won't.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So
I mean, there's a lot of really quick, easy recipes that you can do that can satisfy you and make you feel full. It doesn't have to be... So something quick doesn't mean that it's not okay for you to have it.
True.
It's just like you said, a turkey sandwich can be great on the go. That's a good option. What type of bread do you usually use for your sandwich?
Sourdough is my go-to usually.
Yeah, sourdough, or maybe trying whole wheat. Have you tried whole wheat?
Yes.
It has more fiber, so the fiber will help you keep you full longer. So that could be an option.
Okay.
And then adding like maybe if you like some cherry tomatoes on the side, you don't have to prep a salad, but having some already pre-washed, pre-cut veggies that you can just take with you so that you're balancing everything out.
I think I can do that. I think the fact is, I think we have good options if we go to any store to get something that is pre-made, but that is actually good. I think I have to find a way to, at least during the week, to simplify meal prepping.
Yeah, I think that could be a good option too. Just simplify meal prepping and having something to take with you to work.
Yes.
That way you know that you have your lunch set up for you. Or if you don't have your lunch set up for you, you at least have snacks set up for you, and then you know that you can figure out lunch once you're at the office.
That is
But
true.
having one or the other as a first step.
Yeah, I think that would, I actually do think this could help. I think I fancy it up too much in my brain to the point where everything, I think it comes also from the culture that we're from originally, which is Lebanon, which is I'm so used to having from my mom, at least having a proper meal every single day. We're so used to having meals ready, which is rice and like a full on hearty.
Stew.
Yeah, exactly. Like a stew or something that is hearty enough to be taken in a Tupperware and put it in a bag. And
Those are the best. Moms.
There they
home
are.
cooking.
They are. And the thing is, I think the part of it is we live in a different time than when they used to. God bless them. They have way more strength than we do. But I think we're so not used to dealing with the workload, the kids and everything that comes in terms of family. So that by the end of it, we're so tired that we don't have the time or the effort to be like, okay, great, everything is done. Now let's go into a 2-course meal and just start prepping.
Yeah, I think just like you said, because we were getting caught up in so many things, and you did mention at first that you put the client first. So it seems like you're also putting your kids, your family. So you're putting a lot of things first and not prioritizing yourself. And by the time everything is said and done and everyone is good in a way, then you're like, oh, but I didn't eat and I didn't take care of myself today. And, so your cup is empty and you're running out of energy because you were making sure that everyone's cup is completely full. And I feel like the first step would be to take care of yourself so you can take care of others. And that means family, and it also means your work, because you need to be fueling yourself and you need to be nourishing your body and taking care of yourself so that you can take care of others even better and be there for them.
Yeah, guilty as charged. I have no comment on that.
Okay, so I think maybe let's start small. What do you feel like you want to start with? Would you like to, it seems like your mom's home cooked meals is something that I saw your eyes light up when you talked about those. Is there a specific dish that you miss or that you know how to do that you want to try?
It's not a specific dish per se. It's kind of having those cooked meals. I do enjoy doing them, and we always can have more time to prepare them. But it's just a matter that again, like you mentioned it's a matter of working on someone else's dream and trying to always make sure that person, whomever it is, family or client or work, are to where they need to be, and everything needs to be done. Sorry,
That's okay. Take your time.
Sorry. It doesn't take a toll much on me, but I think at a certain point, if I don't pay attention, it does. And I was always under the impression that you can do everything on your own, and it's such a weird way, and we live in such a weird world where you have to always portray yourself as you're a strong person because everything runs so fast and you don't even have time. And it's the same thing as being on site in a huge production. You have no time to.
So let's make time. let's try to find a way to make time for yourself.
Yes.
And we can start small. We don't have to do everything in one go, starting small. Try to find something that you can do that is easy to add to your routine, and then see how that goes.
We can definitely do that. I think that would be something. I think the fact that me restarting gym, that's been 2 weeks, it's kind of helping me to kind of
that's good.
Go back to having the own time to yourself. And
that's good. See, you are making steps towards taking care of yourself. You didn't tell me that you went back to the gym.
Ta-da! No, but it's harder than it looks. It's again, you said it correctly. I did not think of that. It is making someone else's dream come true. And by the end of it, if I don't fuel my own self, I'm nor my dream will be fulfilled, nor that person that I'm trying, or client, or kids, or whomever it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's yeah.
Okay. So let's see. What do you feel like you want to work on specifically? Do you feel like you want to meal prep more, or do you want to work on snacks on site? Because you did mention those two things as being struggles for you.
I want to try to see if I'm able. Well, the freezer in our house does not really allow it, but I think one of the best steps would be to kind of meal prep for the entire week and just put everything in Tupperware and freeze, and just be able to okay, today we take this out and we just microwave it and eat it. This is when it's not my preferred choice to go do that, but again, we live in such a hectic world that I feel like I prefer having this and having a meal with me ready is better than me saying, no, I don't want this because it's not the fancy cooked last night.
Yeah. So that would be something that since you want to cook for the whole week, so then you will need to have at least 3 dishes.
More or less.
And then have an afternoon or block a morning, and then you can meal prep. Maybe you can do that with your wife.
Yeah.
That way.
I think we can either do this on a Sunday evening when we're okay, let's just cook for 4 days. And we can decide on, there's a lot of convenience in doing this because it kind of removes the stress of trying to find something to eat. And then you start struggling at night, what do we need to eat tomorrow? Or what do you want to cook for tomorrow? It just kind of alleviates that stress of trying to make a decision.
Yeah, you can just maybe have a board of that weekly board of you can jot down some ideas of meals that you and your family like to eat or would like to eat this week, and then prep at least 1 or 2, if you're able to. You seem ambitious. If you feel like you can do the whole week, that's great. But you can also just do 1 or 2 and see how that goes.
I'll give it a shot and see which one works best. But I think you're right. It's a matter of just taking it slow and just kind of revert back into taking care of my own self, because I kind of have the tendency to forget about it.
Yeah, and then being your own event planner instead of being someone else's event planner.
Yes, actually, that is true. That's be my own event planner, and that way I can take care of all the clients and family members that I'm able to.
That mainly you.
Yes. So that would be a good thing for me to start.
Okay, good. So we have a plan.
Yes. Yeah. You struck a nerve when you said that the planning someone else's dream.
Okay.
But it is true. I'm not gonna deny it. It is true.
Okay. And what favorite dish comes to mind right now when we spoke about meal prepping and mom's cooking and everything?
You would laugh, but my first thought was sushi at this point, and I know my mom.
Does your mom make sushi?
No, Mom, I'm so sorry if you're watching this. I know you don't make sushi, but right now that's all I'm craving, and a nice meal of yeah. Okay.
Well, that's gonna take some time unless you do sushi every
week. No, we don't. But I'm just craving to be able to have a normal day where I know everything is being fulfilled and everything is being done.
Yeah, well, you are working towards that. I see that you mentioned that you started going back to the gym 2 weeks ago. You do sometimes pack snacks with you, making sure that you have something. So you are really showing initiative. So yes. I feel like we just need to add something a little bit just to help you, give you a little push towards that direction. Like meal prepping meals instead of snacks.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
I think
we're good.
I think I can do that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm really happy you came here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. That was an eye opener.
I'm glad it was. Thank you for joining us today at the Dietitian's Table. If you have a story to share, apply to be a guest on our website at thedietitianstable.com/apply. Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. You can find video of this and every episode on our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and TikTok at The Dietitian's Table or on Instagram at The Dietitian's Table Podcast. Lastly, let us know what you would like to see on our social media channels and how we can best support you. Thank you again, and we'll catch you in the next episode.